Welcome to video 1 on mods for the Traxxas TRX4M 118 scale crawler. This first mod is about the paint job I gave it. Since my move to a smaller house, I don't have room for a model railway anymore. So I thought it was time for a new hobby. And I picked up the RC car and then more specifically the crawlers, the ones that don't go super fast but are meant to crawl over rough terrain and rocks. My choice was the TRX4M by Traxxas because it was very well received and there's a wealth of replacement and spare parts to be had on the market, so there's enough to tinker with it. I not only bought the car, I also immediately got myself a spare battery, the official light set, a low gear set to make it crawl even better and have a higher torque, and a tube of silicone grease. This is how it is packed, and this is what you get. Of course, the car, a transmitter, a battery and a charger, and some tools. The car actually looks very good. It has a lot of detail, so that is nice right out of the box. And the inside is also quite nice. It has oil-filled shocks. Here's the steering servo. This is the motor and the gearbox, of which I later intend to exchange the inner gears. The battery compartment with a nice rubber holding strip. And then there's the combined receiver, motor controller and servo controller and lighting controller. To me, the hobby is not so much driving with the car, although that is fun in itself, but it's more the tinkering with it. And this car can be taken apart fully. Every part is screwed on. There's seldom any glue used, maybe some Loctite here and there. Everything can be exchanged, and the plastic parts, for instance, can be exchanged for metal parts to make it more sturdy and look nicer, be a bit more heavy and drive better maybe. So that's, to me, is what I plan to do, to tinker with it. Before I can tinker, I need some tools. Well, I had a few tiny screwdriver sets, but I already spoiled myself a little bit with some new equipment. First, a very nice large mouse mat, a working mat, a rubberized anti-slip grip and a soft surface. And then I made myself a laser cut screwdriver holder with some compartments to place the screws and other tiny parts that come out of it. I bought a very nice aluminium hex screwdriver set, the small ones, and another different type of screwdrivers, and here even an electrical screwdriver, which is very nice to use. This hex set, many RC cars are joined together with hex screws, and these are the very tiny ones up to 3 millimeter. And this electrical screwdriver set, I got it from AliExpress at about 25 euros, I think. It has again all the tiny bits, and this is a metal screwdriver. It has a very nice grip. It is quite heavy in the hand. And also this tip has a lock, which means that you can also use it by hand to first maybe loosen, or the last tightening, do that by hand, have the good feeling, and all the way out or in you use the electrical motor inside it. It is a rechargeable screwdriver. Okay, let's go to mod number 1. What I like about the car is the details that it has, but what I did not like that much is that it is hard plastic, which was a bit see-through, as you can see through the windshield. Also the inside is red, and if there was some light at the back, you could clearly see through the plastic, and altogether it had a little bit of a plasticky feel. So I had the idea to spray paint it, the black parts and the red parts separately, of course. And to be able to do that, I had to take it apart. And luckily there's a drawing on how to dismantle the body. The glass parts can be fully separated, and of course the black top is going to be spray painted a matte black. Also the inside of the body is spray painted a matte black, and the wheel covers the same. And then the outside of the body is going to be spray painted red, of course. And well, that was not too difficult to do, this taking it apart and spray painting these parts separately. And well, this is halfway through. I also installed a light kit. There will be a separate video on that. This is the inner works spray painted black, which took away that see-through plasticky feel. And also the outside of the body is made red. It is a little different color red than the original, but I don't mind. Now the next step, of course, is to make it dirty, to do some weathering, dust, sand, water, stripes, what have you. That is for later. Oh, by the way, I also spray painted the black window, the back window, the rear window, I should say, black, because I just liked to do that. It gives it a little bit more distinguished look, I thought, personally. So this is how it looks now. Maybe the picture doesn't show it that well, but it definitely has a less plasticky feel. And of course the next step is to weather it, make it dirty. Okay, this was video 1. Video 2, well, let's install that light kit that we just saw the wiring of. Maybe see you back there. In the meantime, have fun.